You've done everything the internet told you. You went silent, you walked away, you didn't call, didn't text, didn't even check her social media. You expected her to chase, to realize your worth, to feel your absence like a thunderclap in her soul. But nothing. She's out with friends, laughing, posting, living her best life, seemingly untouched. And you're sitting in the silence you thought would shake her to her core. But instead, it's echoing back at you, louder than ever. This isn't what Stoicism teaches, because silence isn't power by itself. It's only power when it's built on a foundation of self-mastery, not resentment. Let's start there. The context. What Stoicism really says about emotional detachment. You see, many men mistake emotional silence for emotional strength, but Marcus Aurelius didn't say, ignore everyone until they miss you. He said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. What does that mean? It means your silence shouldn't come from pain, ego, or tactics. It should come from a place of calm detachment, self-worth, and focus. Here's the truth. If you're silent but still obsessed, still emotionally tethered, then she can feel it. Silence isn't real until your soul is quiet. Let's break this down. The real reason your silence isn't affecting her. There are 3 critical reasons why your silence isn't working. 1. She doesn't feel the absence. Because she feels your obsession. You've stopped talking, but your energy still clings to her. Women are intuitive. If you're checking her stories, asking mutual friends, or spiraling in emotional chaos, she knows. You didn't disappear, you just moved into the background. True Stoic detachment means you focus fully on your own development. You reclaim your time, energy, and purpose. You become indifferent to her response. 2. Silence without power is just emptiness. Stoicism doesn't teach withdrawal for manipulation. It teaches withdrawal for self-realignment. When you walk away, you must walk towards something greater. Your mission, your discipline, your next level. If you're sitting in the void waiting for her reaction, you're not practicing silence. You're practicing self-neglect, and she won't respect that. 3. You broke contact but not attachment. Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. You may be silent, but internally you're still having arguments, replays, and fantasies. That's not detachment. You have to go deeper. You have to cut the mental ties. And most of all, you have to stop trying to use silence as a weapon, because she can feel the difference between a man who walks away in peace and a man who walks away in pain. Stoic step 1, emotional minimalism. Let's bring it into practice. Start with emotional minimalism. Cut down your mental noise. Audit your inner dialogue. Remove assumptions, expectations, imagine conversations. Think like Epictetus. It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them. You are not upset because she didn't react. You're upset because you judge that silence should create a reaction. Change that judgment and you change the power dynamic. Silence isn't absence. It's presence redirected. Stoic. Step 2. Create magnetic absence. Real power doesn't chase, it attracts. But attraction doesn't come from ghosting. It comes from growth. To become truly magnetic in your silence, you need to work on your body, sharpen your mind, build your skills, live with purpose. Every day you improve, the energy you radiate changes. Suddenly your silence is filled with mystery, presence, gravity. Women don't miss men who disappear, they miss men who evolve. When she checks in, and she will check in, she needs to see you in motion. Not waiting, not watching, but winning. Closing part 1. In this first part, we unpacked why your silence isn't working. Because it's not truly detached. Because it lacks purpose. Because you're still energetically connected. We also explored 2 key Stoic strategies: emotional minimalism, magnetic absence. In part 2, we'll go deeper into the Stoic psychology of value reversal, how to become the chooser, not the chaser, and how to trigger powerful shifts without a single word. Let her feel the weight of your absence, not the noise of your longing. Part 2. The power shift, the Stoic psychology of value reversal. To understand how to truly shift the dynamic, you must internalize this fundamental truth of Stoic thinking. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Let's apply this to relationships. If she doesn't feel your absence, it's because you never gave her a reason to value your presence. This isn't about manipulation. It's about value alignment. In Stoic terms, you've let an external event, her reaction, dictate your internal state. That's a weakness. The real shift begins when you no longer care whether she reacts, because you're no longer reacting either. You're responding with purpose. You're choosing with awareness. You're existing not for her recognition, but for your mission. This is value reversal. You stop chasing. You become scarce. You become the chooser, not the chaser. Let's break this down step by step. Step 1, reclaim the frame. In any interaction, someone holds the frame, the emotional and narrative lead. Right now, if her indifference controls your mood, she has the frame. Stoicism teaches us to reclaim it. How? Set internal standards for how you want to feel, act, and respond. Stop measuring your worth based on her response. Operate from your principles, not your impulses. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Use this moment, her silence, her distance, as friction to polish your character. Step 2, the invisible power move. Sometimes the strongest moves are invisible. You don't text her, you don't watch her stories, you don't post vague quotes or subtweets. You move in absolute silence, but not from pain, from power. You rebuild your identity, you reforge your focus, you reinvent your path. And the more you do this without needing her to see it, the more powerful it becomes when she eventually does. Remember, you don't go silent so she notices. You go silent so you stop noticing. Because when your focus returns to you, so does your value. And when your value increases, she starts to feel the loss. Step 3, create a life she can't ignore. This is the Stoic key. You don't make her feel your absence by hiding. You make her feel your absence by becoming a man she can no longer reach. That's the paradox. She couldn't feel you when you were around because you gave too much. Now she feels you by your withdrawal, but only when your life becomes a force. To do that, build a lifestyle rooted in discipline, a mindset trained in gratitude and detachment, a direction she's not part of, but would want to be. Don't just be silent, be busy, be dangerous, be undeniable. Step 4, let go of the outcome. This is where most men fail. They use Stoicism as a tactic instead of a philosophy. You cannot detach from expectations. You cannot walk away hoping she comes back. That's emotional warfare, not Stoic peace. Real Stoicism means you walk away with no return ticket. You let go of the desire for control. You find freedom in surrender. She may come back, she may not, but that doesn't change your path. Because your value isn't based on her validation, it's based on your virtue. Marcus Aurelius again, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Be one. The final shift, silence isn't working because you're using it to provoke instead of purify. Now you understand the true Stoic strategy. Reclaim your frame. Master your inner world. Walk away with calm strength. Build a life that radiates power. In doing so, she will feel the shift. But by the time she does, you won't need her to, because you've already won the battle where it matters most, within. Subscribe for more.